Divinely revealed, 3 miraculous truths of the supernatural power that frees your sacred spirit. Eleanor's heart thudded like a drum in the hushed halls of the old church, where beams of light filtered through stained glass, illuminating the empty pews that whispered tales of prayers once fervently spoken. The air felt thick with the weight of lost faith, but she refused to yield. Rising from the ashes of despair, her spirit ignited as she sought the essence of divine truth that held the power to shatter the shackles of her son Ben's addiction. Once a beacon of hope, the church now stood as a ghostly reminder of a dying community. Shadows danced on the walls as Eleanor knelt, pouring her soul into fervent prayer. "Saint Alban, come to our aid," she exclaimed, tears streaming down her face, each drop an invocation, pleading for a miracle. Then something extraordinary happened. The flickering of candlelight intensified, bathing her in heavenly glow. Within her heart, Eleanor felt an inexplicable warmth, a sensation that seemed to cradle her weary soul. Perhaps, amidst the darkness, a glimmer of divine power was at work. But as the weeks passed, friends and family dismissed her hopes. "Faith won't save him, Eleanor," they chided, hurling science as their shield. Yet their words struck her spirit like arrows, sharp and unyielding. Despite their dismissals, Eleanor clung to her prayers, insisting, "Miracles happen. I will not abandon him or our faith." Then came the day when Eleanor met an enigmatic spiritual leader known for his remarkable healings. The air crackled with energy as he revealed a truth that felt like divine fire igniting within her. "Prayer is powerful, Eleanor," he said wisely, "but to see change, you must act upon that faith." Spurred by newfound urgency, Eleanor organized a community prayer event at the heart of the church, a reclamation of hope and belief. Yet only a handful of souls attended, their faces reflecting doubt more than conviction. She felt crushed beneath the weight of her isolation. Overwhelmed, she sought medical help for Ben, answering the voice of reason that whispered from within. As he entered the sterile environment of a clinic, the clouds of despair gathered above. But then, from the depths of darkness, Ben reached out and grasped the lifeline of faith Eleanor had thrown. Locked in a chamber of pain, he encountered a raw, visceral moment of spiritual awakening. With tears of anguish, he cried out to Saint Alban, "Help me!" In that cry resided an explosion of divine power. Light flooded the room, illuminating shadows and banishing darkness. The village began to hum with the echoes of faith restored, and whispers of Ben's transformative experience ignited hope anew. People gathered in hushed tones, recounting stories of miracles that unfolded once unseen. Eleanor felt the church reverberate with life again, but the battle was far from over. Even as signs of healing twinkled in the air like distant stars, trials mounted before her. The road was thorny. Each step tested her faith and patience. Just as she began to breathe hope, a storm brewed on the horizon, threatening to dampen their spirits once more. As fervor spread through the village, Eleanor stood at the crossroads of faith. What more must we do, she pondered, caught in a whirlwind of emotion and devotion. She longed for a sign, for the transcendental intervention that could steer them toward ultimate deliverance. The question lingered in the air. Would her prayers truly lead to a path forward, or was there more lurking in the shadows, waiting to be revealed? Eleanor's thoughts swirled like leaves caught in a storm. The urgency sat heavily on her heart as she wandered through the empty aisles, each step echoing in the sacred silence. What more could she do? Her hands traced the rough wood of the pew, feeling the cool surface, grounding herself amidst uncertainty. Then, from the back of the church, a voice broke through the stillness. It was Sarah, an elderly woman whom Eleanor often saw sitting alone, her lips moving in silent prayer. Today, however, Sarah looked up, her eyes shimmering with unspilled tears. "Eleanor," she whispered, "there's a gathering tonight, just a few of us. We'll pray for Ben. We must be together in this fight." Eleanor's heart lifted at the thought. Together, hosted within those hallowed walls, they would send their prayers soaring like fine incense, rising toward a benevolent heaven. "Yes, I will come." She felt hope blossom within her, the shadows momentarily retreating. The evening drew near, and as visitors trickled in, the energy shifted. Each face told a story, steeped in challenges and fragile hope. Eleanor's palms pressed together, heart racing, as they formed a circle, their hands joined, warmth encompassing them like a gentle embrace. "Let us pray for the lost," Eleanor said, her voice unwavering. "For those broken in spirit, for those like my Ben, may the light of St. Alban shine upon them." As they began to pray, a hush fell over the room. This was no ordinary meeting. It was as if heaven itself opened a small window, sending a fragrant breeze through the church. Eleanor felt a swell of energy building, each word woven tightly with the intimacy of shared faith. Then, just at that moment, something miraculous occurred. A flickering light appeared in the candle flames, brighter and more hypnotic than ever before. The glow pulsed with a life of its own, chasing away shadows, illuminating the once desolate corners of the church. Gasps filled the air as the flicker danced above their heads. It was a sign. The divine presence was among them. Eleanor closed her eyes, surrendering to the moment, every heartbeat an echo of her prayers sent skyward. When she opened them, she saw Sarah, the elderly woman, bathed in a glow that made her seem ageless.
"God is revealing himself, Eleanor," Sarah said, her voice tremulous with emotion. "Faith can move mountains, keep the fire alive." Eleanor felt tears of joy spring forth. This was no mere coincidence. It was divine affirmation. Their prayers were reaching the heavens with urgency and passion. Yet, amidst the heavenly light, a shadow of doubt crept in. The memory of her family's resistant words nagged at her mind. "Will this be enough?" Eleanor whispered under her breath, fear wrapping around her heart like a vice. But before she could spiral, the group, united, began to sing an old hymn, voices rising like wings to the sky. Each note pierced through her uncertainty, reigniting a deeper conviction in her spirit. Their faith echoed and resonated, a powerful reminder of the miracles still to unfold. In that moment, the air shifted again. They could feel it, a heavenly current flowing through, pulsing like a heartbeat, urging them to keep praying, to keep believing. The trials were not over yet, but they were stronger together. As the last note faded into silence, Eleanor knew in the depths of her heart that greater things awaited. Would they be ready to embrace the miracles that loomed just out of sight? What if their sacrifices summoned divine intervention beyond their wildest dreams? She looked around, eyes filled with determination, as the questions hung in the air, heavy yet brimming with potential. What lay ahead for them all? Eleanor took a deep breath, a wave of conviction washing over her. The warmth from the circle felt comforting, a collective heartbeat echoing within the sacred walls. She gazed at the flickering lights, their dance sparkled with promise. Something holy was unfolding, and they were part of it, intertwined in the fabric of a divine plan. The room was thick with emotion, as the gathered souls opened their hearts, the air heavy with the weight of their prayers. Eleanor's mind wandered momentarily to her son, Ben. His absence was a hollow ache, yet here, surrounded by sincere souls, she felt a whisper of hope stirring. Each flicker, each shared word painted a vivid tapestry of faith,
reminding her that she was not alone in her journey. Sarah leaned closer, her voice soft but firm. "Eleanor, every prayer is a seed we plant in the soil of hope. They will bloom. It just takes time." Her words wrapped around Eleanor, a balm to her troubled spirit. She realized the power they harbored together, their love, their faith, consuming the darkness and sowing light, even when the path was uncertain. As they shifted into the next prayer, an inexplicable stillness descended, a reverent hush that trembled with profound significance. It was a moment suspended in time, and Eleanor could feel the atmosphere vibrating. Each heartbeat resonated with an energy that felt eternal, a rhythm of divine creation. Suddenly, a gentle breeze swept through the church, and the flickering candle flames danced as if in conversation with the wind. Eleanor gasped, her heart racing. "Did you feel that?" she whispered. Murmurs of agreement rippled through the group, eyes sparkling with shared recognition. They understood they were on the verge of something larger than themselves. Sarah began to recount stories of miraculous moments in faith, tales of prayer reaching the heavens, stories of families united, lost souls found, and lives transformed. Her words became a live current of energy, sparking minds and hearts while instantly lifting them to a sacred place of trust. "God uses light in our darkest hours," she said, her gaze penetrating. "When it seems that there's no way, remember, He is the way." Those simple words resonated like a bell, echoing through each spirit present. Eleanor felt a flame ignite within her. There was an undeniable truth to that sentiment. As they continued in prayer, Eleanor's doubts melted away like morning mist beneath a rising sun. She understood now that the fight for Ben's recovery went beyond her personal anguish. It was a collective battle, armed with faith and stitched with prayers woven into the very fabric of existence. And just as they reached the crescendo of their final prayer, the flickering flames rose higher, glowing with radiance, illuminating the dim corners around them. A profound sense of peace enveloped Eleanor, resonating deep within her soul. "May we hold on to this light," she prayed softly, her voice steady. "May we carry it forth into the world, embodying faith amidst turbulence." The closing amen lingered sweetly in the air, wrapping around them like a treasured refrain. They stood, arms raised, for a moment, absorbing the holy silence, hearts knitted together in hope, love, and determination. As the group began to shift, a soft sound caught Eleanor's attention. The whisper of a breeze carried through again, and in it she felt something profound, a divine calling lingering at the edge. Her heart raced with excitement and uncertainty. What lay beyond this moment? "Tonight is just the beginning," Eleanor mused, her heart racing with unquenchable anticipation. Was there more to come? In that silence, a gentle question crossed her mind. What had God yet to reveal? Would their faith be enough to push through chaos and unveil the miracles waiting just beyond reach? The path ahead shimmered with promise, a tapestry yet to be woven. A new journey awaited, a deeper calling. What awaited them next? Eleanor lingered in the aftermath of their gathering, the soft hum of conversation around her fading into the background. The candlelight flickered, casting playful shadows that echoed the emotions swirling in her heart. She felt the call of the divine, like a melody almost audible, beckoning her to listen closely. As the last amen resounded, Sarah clasped her hand tightly. "You feel it, don't you?" she asked, eyes gleaming with a knowing sparkle. Eleanor nodded, the warmth radiating from Sarah, grounding her in the moment. "Something is shifting," Eleanor breathed, almost to herself. "It's as if heaven is opening a door, just a crack." Sarah smiled, her gaze drifting towards the stained glass window that showcased stories of faith. "We've opened a pathway, one filled with prayers and possibility. but we must be ready to see what God lays before us. Eleanor took a step forward, drawn to the vibrant colors illuminated against the darkening sky. With each inch, hope thrummed in her chest, a promise waiting to bloom. They had prayed for Ben, for healing and restoration. But perhaps, she wondered, this divine call was also a challenge to trust more deeply, to lean into the darkness with unwavering faith. "Do you ever think we might be called to act?" Eleanor pondered aloud, glancing at Sarah. "To step into the unknown and create our own miracles?" Sarah's brow furrowed slightly, a glimmer of contemplation on her face. Yes, prayer is active. It awakens something within us. We may need to speak out, act with courage, or even support each other more tangibly. "Faith without action is just a whisper in the wind," she replied thoughtfully. Just then, a small group of children rushed past them, laughter bubbling as they chased one another. Their joy felt radiant, innocent, and free. Eleanor's heart swelled, realizing that they too were part of God's design, reminders of the simple beauty that faith can bring, the lightness it can instill. "Isn't there a verse?" she began, her mind searching for the right words. "Something about being childlike in our faith? If we dare to believe, we could not only challenge our circumstances, but also invite miracles." "Yes, just like that! The childlike faith that moves mountains!" Sarah exclaimed, her eyes gleaming with excitement. "Let's embrace that spirit. Who knows how God might manifest His power through our willing hearts?" A newfound determination sparked between them. With hearts that stirred together like oil meeting fire, they exchanged a look of solidarity. Eleanor could feel that their gathering tonight was not the end, but rather a launch into a series of events that could change lives, not just Ben's, but many others seeking hope. Eleanor whispered a quick prayer, asking for guidance in how to move forward. Suddenly, the wind howled through the open windows again, filling the space with an ethereal melody. The candles flickered, casting shapes that felt alive with potential. "I think we've been given an invitation," Eleanor declared, adrenaline rushing through her veins. "What if we started a community outreach, a gathering of not just prayers, but actions, to provide support to those who feel lost, just like we once did?" Sarah's face brightened. "Yes, a place where anyone could come and feel the warmth of faith and constancy. We can inspire families, share their burdens in prayer, and fuel the sparks of hope." Excitement bubbled within Eleanor. Each word spun a vision that filled her with courage. Together, it felt possible. They could weave a new fabric of hope, a community thriving on belief. But a whisper of doubt hovered at the edges. What if challenges emerged? What if they were met with resistance? Would their determination withstand trials? "Eleanor," Sarah's voice brought her back, "we're not alone. Right here we can build our strength. This is the moment where God reveals what we're capable of together." As Eleanor nodded, a sense of peaceful anticipation gripped her heart. Beneath the weight of uncertainty lay the joy of stepping out in faith, knowing that God could weave miracles in the tapestry of their lives. With renewed vigor, Eleanor felt the sacred space around them pulse with divine purpose. But what awaited them as they stepped into that unknown journey? Would their faith bloom into something glorious, or would they face a storm of trials that tested their belief? "Let's see what God has for us," she whispered, embracing the mystery, ready to take the leap into the unfolding path before them. Eleanor and Sarah stood together in a gentle harmony of purpose, the thrill of new possibilities swirling like the darkening clouds outside. They could almost hear the heartbeat of the community pulsing, a collective yearning for something more, something greater. This call was not theirs alone. It belonged to everyone who had ever felt lost or forgotten. Through their hands and voices, they sensed that God was ready to move, to stir the waters of their lives in unforeseen ways. "Do you think Ben will be part of this?" Eleanor asked quietly, a gentle concern lacing her voice. The healing they sought for him loomed in her heart, a burden wrapped in hope. Sarah nodded affirmatively, her eyes reflecting strength. "He has been waiting for a spark of faith. We can be that spark. The outreach, that's a way to show him he's not alone. He will see that love blossoms in the midst of hardship." The thought lifted Eleanor's spirit. The idea of Ben participating painted a future where he could be embraced by the warmth of community. They could help him find his voice again, like a lost sheep returning home. Wouldn't that be a miracle in itself? As they planned, the sound of engagement and enthusiasm began to fill the space. Others gradually approached them, eyes brightened with curiosity and a hint of determination. Alana, a woman known for her wise demeanor, joined their circle with a gentle smile. "What are you two up to?" she inquired, her tone inviting. Eleanor's excitement bubbled forth, her words tumbling out like a stream. "We're thinking of starting a community outreach, a safe haven for people of all ages, a place bursting with faith and love, where families can come together, share burdens, and find hope." Alana's brow furrowed for a moment, as though pondering the implications. "That sounds beautiful, but what about the resources, the space? There are challenges ahead, you know."
"Yes, there will be challenges," Eleanor affirmed, meeting Alana's gaze with unwavering conviction. "But we will also have God. If we lean on Him, then our intentions will grow like seedlings in fertile soil. Just imagine how many lives could be touched." The room hummed with a mixture of hesitance and inspiration. It was Mackenzie, a quiet man with a sharp mind, who spoke next. "And how will we get the word out? People are so busy these days. Many may not even hear our invitation." His concerns were real, yet Eleanor felt empowered. "We can use the tools we have: social media, flyers, even word of mouth. Every voice counts. Maybe we can partner with local businesses and churches for support too. God places options in our path. We need only ask." A ripple of excitement spread, faces brightening as if illuminated by the light of divine possibility. Plans began to take shape, discussions swirling as they brainstormed ideas. Who could lead the worship sessions? What types of activities could they include to keep families engaged? Every suggestion opened new doors, one after another. Suddenly, Eleanor felt a profound stirring, a gentle urge to pause and pray right there. "Let's ask God to guide us," she suggested, wrapping her fingers around Sarah's hand and a few others joining in. They formed a small circle, hearts beating in rhythm, each person's spirit attuned to that sacred moment. And so they prayed, voices weaving in and out, each seeking clarity and strength. Eleanor closed her eyes, feeling the warmth of shared faith envelop her like a protective cloak. "Lord," she whispered, "show us the way. We surrender our plans to you. Let your will be done in this outreach." As prayer culminated in sweet silence, the air felt charged, thick with potential. Eleanor felt like a vessel, open and ready to receive whatever God had in store. She took a deep breath, tasting the bittersweet blend of fear and excitement. In that moment, a flicker of doubt crept in again. What if their outreach didn't succeed? What if they encountered obstacles they couldn't overcome? Yet she realized that faith was not about never faltering, but about rising each time, bolstered by God's grace. "Let's prepare," Sarah finally said, her voice a grounded anchor. "We need to connect with those who are called to this journey. Everyone is a piece of this puzzle, and we need to see how it all fits together." With determination rekindled, Eleanor gazed at her newfound companions, feeling an undercurrent of purpose flow among them. Could it be that this was just the beginning of something extraordinary? Something that would transform lives far beyond their imagination? As they moved into action, Eleanor's heart ached with thrill.
What shared experiences and divine encounters would await them? Would they find the strength to conquer all the darkness surrounding them? Or would this outreach open the door to even greater trials?
Only time would reveal the answers to those questions as they stepped boldly into the unknown, trusting the divine plan laid before them. Eleanor's heart raced as the excitement in the air thickened. Plans were no longer just dreams, they were taking shape, full of life and expectation. A sense of urgency filled her. This was a movement, a wave of hope ready to wash over their community. They gathered around a large table, the sunlight streaming through the windows, casting a warm glow on their determined faces. Brightly colored pens whirred over sheets of paper, each scribble a marked intention. A children's faith camp here, a community dinner there, small groups for prayer and support as the mainstay. With every plan spitballing, their faith grew. Every idea felt like a stepping stone laid in place by unseen hands guiding their way. Eleanor picked up a pen, feeling the weight of responsibility as she started to jot down their ideas. Her spirit soared with each word. What if we hosted a monthly gathering, a potluck, where people share their stories and food? Food always brings people together, Sarah chimed in, her eyes shining with enthusiasm. And we can create a space where burdens can be shared. Yes, let's call it a feast of faith, Eleanor exclaimed, her voice rising with joy. It could be a time of fellowship and testimony. Around the table, heads nodded and smiles widened. This was becoming more than just an outreach. It was turning into an invitation for healing, a chance for relationships to blossom. They envisioned laughter echoing through the halls, tears transformed into songs of joy, and burdens lightened by shared faith. Remember Ben, Alana reminded gently, sparking a moment of reflection. We need to ensure that he feels included. He is struggling, and we cannot forget the ones who are hidden in the shadows. Eleanor's heart swelled, a sense of divine purpose intertwining with her understanding of their mission. Absolutely, our outreach must be a safe harbor. We will create a space where he feels embraced, where he can step out of his pain and into something beautiful. But as they envisioned this sacred gathering, a shadow of doubt hummed beneath their intentions. Do we really know how to reach those who feel invisible? Mackenzie's voice pierced through the excitement, serious and steady. Are we able to make this space not just welcoming, but transformative? Eleanor felt the weight of his question land in the air, a challenge that reverberated in her being. The uncertainty loomed larger than life, but a flicker of resolve sparked within her. We may not have all the answers, she began, her voice steadying, but we are stepping out in faith. Faith can turn a whisper of hope into a resounding anthem. With renewed conviction, they turned to prayer once more, each heart yearning for guidance. The sound of their voices filled the room, echoing off the walls like the gentle wave of an ocean, calling them home. As they prayed, Eleanor felt a calming presence wrapped around them, a whisper of assurance that spoke deeper than words. Suddenly, a loud knock broke through their circle, and they all turned, their hearts racing. The door swung open, revealing an unfamiliar face. A man weathered yet bright-eyed, wearing an expression that seemed a mix of curiosity and hope. "Excuse me, I heard voices. What's happening here?" he asked, tilting his head slightly. The room fell silent, anticipation hanging thick in the air. Who was he? What was he searching for? Eleanor's heart started to pound, a feeling stirring within her. Was this moment destiny's design? "Come in," Sarah said with an inviting smile. "We're planning something special, a community outreach. Would you like to join us?" The stranger stepped forward, eyes scanning the room, as if he could sense the spirit of connection unfolding. Whatever happened next could change everything. In that instant, the weight of divine presence felt tangible, calling them to embrace the unknown and all it held. Would this outreach journey lead them to surprising encounters?
And what could this new visitor represent for Ben and for their mission ahead? Only their willingness to explore the uncharted waters could unfold the plans God had set before them. Eleanor stood, heart thrumming in rhythm with the stranger's uncertain steps. The air shimmered with possibilities, as if heaven itself had paused to listen in. She saw the man searching their eyes and sensed his hesitation, yet hopeful curiosity flickered behind his gaze. "I'm Eli," he finally said, his voice roughened by experience, yet soft enough to draw them in. I've been looking for a place to belong." A hush fell over the gathering. Each member caught the thread of his vulnerability, the silent plea wrapped tightly within his words. Eleanor felt a surge of warmth, a reassurance whispering that this encounter was no coincidence. They weren't just planning community outreach, they were igniting a beacon of hope. "Eli, it's a pleasure to meet you," Eleanor replied, moving toward him with genuine care. "We were just discussing how to create a welcoming space for everyone. You've come at the perfect time. We're planning a feast of faith, a gathering where people can connect, share stories, and lean on one another." Eli's brow furrowed slightly, then relaxed as he processed her words. Feast of Faith. The name hung in the air, glistening with potential. "Yes, it's an opportunity where we all bring food and stories to share," Sarah explained, her voice brightening. "It's not just about the meal, it's about faith, connection, and building each other up." Eli nodded slowly, and a flicker crossed his face. Was it disbelief turning into curiosity? "I haven't been part of anything like that in years. I felt so lost." Eleanor stepped closer, her heart responding to his pain. "You're not alone anymore, Eli."
We all struggle at times, and this is a safe space to not only share our burdens, but also to uplift one another. Will you join us? Before he could answer, Mackenzie leaned forward, intrigued. "What brought you here today, Eli? Were you looking for something specific?" Eli took a deep breath, a moment of courage bubbling up. "I used to have faith, but life, it pulled me away from everything I believed in." He paused, looking down. "I've been wandering, lost in the shadows." Eleanor heard the sorrow behind his admission, and her spirit ignited with both empathy and a glimmer of purpose. Wandering doesn't mean you can't find your way back. This community, this outreach, is about rediscovering that faith together. You're not just invited, you're essential to what we're building here. "I don't even know how to take the first step," Eli murmured, uncertainty lining his words. Silence enveloped them as Eleanor pondered the weight of what Eli had revealed. It was a familiar story, a soul adrift, yearning for a compass. "Sometimes," she said slowly, "the first step is simply being seen. Your presence alone might inspire others in similar struggles." The spark in Eli's eyes grew as he mulled over her words. Hope danced on the edges of fear like a candle flickering against darkness. "Will you help us create this feast? Together we can gather stories, we can share the pain, and declare healing," Alana added, her gentle encouragement enveloping Eli. He hesitated, then nodded, a little more firmly this time. "I think I would like that." For the first time, a genuine smile spread across his face, lighting a path of warmth against the kneading pressure of the community's hopes. As laughter and discussions resumed, Eleanor felt a divine energy weaving through their group, an invitation to witness how love could plant seeds of change. The shadows receded as unity took root. But even amidst this newfound connection, Eleanor sensed a deeper story lingering above, waiting for them to awaken it. What challenges would arise as they prepared for this feast of faith? Would Eli's journey awaken dormant hopes in others, or draw renewed shadows back into the light? Eleanor pushed aside her speculations, containing her excitement. They would meet the challenge head-on, united in a mission that felt both daunting and miraculous.
Ready, she thought, to embrace whatever God had in store for them. The future shimmered before her, but a lingering question hung in the air like mist. What divine revelations awaited them in the forthcoming gathering? As the days passed, anticipation swelled within the community. Eleanor, fueled by faith, organized the Feast of Faith with unwavering diligence. The scent of friendship and hope filled the air as preparations began. As they gathered ingredients from local gardens and stores, laughter echoed, a music of unity that transcended individual burdens. Eli worked alongside them, his hands learning the rhythm of the chopping and stirring.
The hesitance in his steps had given way to a determination that illuminated his face. He was no longer just a shadow lingering on the outskirts. He was now a vital thread in their tapestry of faith. "Eli, let's call these heartfelt harvest rolls," Sarah exclaimed as they rolled dough together. Her joy was infectious, and the others joined in with suggestions for names, each offering a taste of their own backgrounds and histories. In those moments, it became clear that the feast wasn't merely about food. It was about rekindling flickering flames of faith that flickered in each heart. Together, they shared stories, laughter, and even tears, weaving their narratives into a richer quilt of connection. However, beneath the surface of joy, a quiet tension stirred within Eleanor's soul. Doubts crept in, whispering about the unseen challenges that could arise. Would they be able to provide the warmth and acceptance Eli needed? Would others find healing through their gathering, or would old pain resurface? On the night before the feast, Eleanor found herself wandering through the church's empty halls. The candlelight danced against the walls like a gentle reminder of divine presence. She knelt in prayer, her heart open. "God, guide us through these challenges. We seek your hand in every meal served, in every story shared. May we be vessels of your love." A soft warmth enveloped her, a reassurance that sprang from deep within, a sensation that all would unfold according to his perfect plan. She rose with renewed hope, every step toward the kitchen invigorated by a certain grace. As darkness turned to dawn, the morning light burst through the windows like a blessing. The community arrived, armed with dishes that bore personal stories. Each plate became a reflection of their faith journeys, some spicy, some sweet, each a note in a heavenly symphony. Eli, too, brought a dish, a vibrant salad that echoed the colors of a new beginning. This felt good to make," he said, his voice revealing a newfound confidence. "It feels like I'm contributing." Each moment was an invitation to gather closer together. Eleanor felt the undercurrents of excitement trace through them as they set the long table, adorned with flowers and candles. It was more than a meal, it was a sanctuary of love being forged. As they took their places, with food laid out around them, a palpable energy filled the air, a divine spark that hinted at possibilities just beyond their grasp. They joined hands, a circle of connection and prayer. "Let us share our stories," Eleanor began, her voice steady as she looked around. "In faith and love. Let us break bread together and heal the hurt that binds us." And as they shared, Eleanor could feel the energy rise, like the warmth from a hearth on a cool evening. Invisible threads began connecting each heart, and Eli's story filtered into the mix while others echoed their experiences. With each revelation, the room shimmered, woven together by grace and courage. But even amidst the magic of unity, Eleanor felt a shift, a hint that something unexpected lay ahead. Would every story unfold as they hoped? What shadows, yet unseen, lurked just beyond reach? The evening thickened with anticipation, secrets waiting to be unveiled like gifts wrapped in celestial paper. Eleanor looked at Eli, who bore a glow of hope, and a flicker of uncertainty curled within her heart. What divine truth would ignite the gathering next? Would they uncover deeper bonds that connected their souls?
Or would they face trials that tested their newfound faith? Eleanor's heart thrummed with the pulse of possibility, awaiting the revelation woven in the threads of their shared stories. As Eleanor spoke, a hush fell over the room, thumping hearts echoing the charged atmosphere. Faces turned toward her, filled with expectation, eager to share and bare their souls. It was almost palpable, the expectation, like a soft breeze whispering of coming change. "Let's begin with a blessing," she said, feeling the presence of something greater weaving through the gathering. They repeated the words of gratitude together, echoing their sentiments like a chorus of angels singing in harmony. Each amen felt like a spark igniting a bonfire of love and stories. Eli, still wrapped in excitement and trepidation, glanced at the faces around him. His chest rose and fell, and in that moment of shared silence, he summoned the courage to speak. "Can I share something?" His voice, although a bit shaky, carried. The room focused on Eli, eyes softening with encouragement. "Please, go ahead," Sarah urged, her smile spreading hope. He inhaled deeply, allowing the calm of the moment to settle within him. "When I was lost, I felt invisible, like a whisper nobody heard. Then something pulled me here, this community, this feast. It's like light cutting through the fog. I'm grateful you see me." Tears brimmed in Eleanor's eyes, her heart swelling with the grace of genuine vulnerability. "Eli, you are a light. We all are." And with those words, the gathering shifted, a wave of emotion rolling through them, hearts laid bare. One by one, each individual began to tell their stories, layers falling away like petals in the wind. They spoke of pain, joy, disappointments, and unexpected miracles unfolding in their lives. The room was alive with shared emotion, laughter punctuating tears, and the sacred balance of experience began to weave deeper connections. Lydia recounted a time when hope seemed lost, yet through prayer she found strength she didn't know she had. "I felt God's embrace in my darkest days. It's why I brought my grandmother's secret recipe. Every bite is a reminder of her love and faith." There was a collective sigh, the kind of sound that reflects souls touched by shared memories. Eli marveled at how each story fed into the next, like a beautifully choreographed dance, every step revealing deep truths about faith and human connection. As the stories flowed, Eleanor closed her eyes for a moment, savoring the emotional resonance in the air. She could feel, with each tale, walls crumbling, barriers dissolving, and hearts opening. But within this garden of vulnerability, she could sense an undercurrent of something more profound, an echo of divine purpose. Suddenly, the lights flickered, a brief interruption that sent whispers of surprise through the gathering. "What was that?" someone asked, laughter mixed with the question. "Perhaps a sign," Eli mused, a hint of mischief in his eyes, making everyone chuckle uncertainly. Yet deep inside Eleanor, a stirring began to swell, an understanding that the flicker was not just a power surge. It felt like a moment of divine lighting, the potential for revelation. "Everyone, let's take a breath," she said, grounding herself against the stirring energy. "Before we continue, let's ask for guidance." United once more in prayer, quiet enveloped them like an embrace. As they sought clarity, Eleanor envisioned the room filled with a celestial light, flickering much like the lights moments before. The thought emboldened her spirit. When they opened their eyes, it seemed as if the atmosphere had shifted. It pulsed with an intensity that held possibility. Eli felt the weight of expectation, ignited by a spark of curiosity. What if we all discovered something new about ourselves tonight? He wondered aloud. Eleanor's heart raced, for she sensed they were on the cusp of something incredible. Would the stories reveal unexpected truths altogether? What light could this gathering shed on their past pain and futures filled with hope? The question lingered, thick with anticipation. Each person could feel it, the divine thread drawing them together, whispering, "Stay tuned, essential truths are yet to be revealed." Eleanor's heart fluttered with expectation as the air around them thickened with purpose. The flickering lights had brought an electrifying energy to the gathering, and she felt each soul in the room vibrating with curiosity and hope. This was a moment of divine connection, a chance to witness the unveiling of truths that could reshape their lives. "Let's dive deeper," Eleanor suggested, lifting her voice with unwavering conviction. "What if tonight we each reveal one truth that's been woven into our individual journeys, something that speaks to our faith, our struggles, our transformations?" Around the table, eyes widened and whispers of excitement began to ripple. This wasn't just sharing anymore. It was an invitation to explore the hearts of their fellow believers. "I'll start," Eli spoke up, his hands tightening around the table's edge. "When I first lost my faith, it felt like I was drowning in silence. I thought my pain didn't matter, like a shadow creeping through life unnoticed. But being here, I realized that every story is worth telling, and every struggle has its value. Faith isn't just a distant flicker, it's an ember that grows with community." Tears of gratitude glistened in Eleanor's eyes. Eli's honesty resonated deeply within her, revealing how pain often obscures our light, but shared stories can illuminate paths once shrouded in darkness. Sarah leaned forward, her voice tinged with warmth. "My truth is that faith has never about perfection. It's about connection, seeking God amidst my flaws. I remember a moment I nearly gave up. My prayers felt empty, but then God enveloped me in love through a stranger's kindness. That spark rekindled my faith." The room erupted with soft murmurs. Everyone could relate. How many had felt abandoned only to discover love unexpectedly wrapping around them? One after another, they opened their hearts. Lydia shared about a near-fatal illness that had turned her life upside down. "I was convinced it was the end," she confessed. "But in that dark hour, I felt God's presence more than ever. It wasn't healing that came, but peace, a peace that helped me face each day." Eleanor felt the enormity of it all, how their diverse experiences intertwined like threads in a rich tapestry, each tale sculpted by grace, decisions, and divine intervention painted a picture of a God who never leaves his children alone. Eventually, it was Eleanor's turn to share. With a deep breath, she spoke. "I fought through the loneliness of watching my son struggle with addiction. I felt isolated, desperate for a miracle, but surrounded by silence. I learned that even in dark times, faith persists. It's the countless prayers that slowly created a path, leading me to you all. We are stronger together. My burden becomes lighter in community." The room buzzed with energy, a sacred elation as they processed what they just witnessed. An openness that bridged hearts. Special. It felt like divine harmony unfolding. Each note played was crucial to the symphony of their transformation. As the stories floated through the air, a gentle breeze caressed their skin. Eleanor couldn't help but think, was this the heavenly presence they had been praying for? But then, just as certainty warmed her spirit, shadows gathered in the corners of the room, veiled doubts making their presence felt. Skepticism crept in, whispering questions of practicality. Would anyone argue that true change would come from such deep desires? Will these truths hold when we step out of this safe space? Mackenzie's voice broke through the bubble, trembling lightly with gravity. Eleanor swallowed hard, grappling with the inner struggle sparked by his words. "I believe they will," she asserted, her voice steady. "Faith isn't about waiting for everything to be perfect. It's about walking into uncertainty with steadfast hearts. Together, we'll weave our truths into actions, and the world will see. A ripple of agreement washed over them, minds buzzing with fresh ideas. Eli spoke again, his resolve more apparent. What if we took these truths into the community? Workshops, sharing sessions, moments for others to see themselves reflected in our struggles and triumphs. Yes, Sarah affirmed, her face beaming with enthusiasm. We can create a platform, a sanctuary for people to explore their faith, just like we have here. Eleanor's heart soared. Let's not wait. This is the moment. Our feast of faith is just the beginning. Our outreach can engage others in a journey of healing and connection. We'll host gatherings that spotlight stories, celebrate lives, and encourage transformations. As she spoke, the fire within them ignited. Ideas flowed uncontrollably. They envisioned events that could reverse despair into beauty, gatherings drenched in understanding where every voice mattered. But something deeper flashed through Eleanor's heart. What if the power of their words could break chains not only for themselves, but also for Ben, for those still lost in darkness? Suddenly, the candlelight flickered again, and Eleanor sensed a divine orchestration at play, guiding their steps. We must not only be voices of our stories, let's be hands willing to serve. We need to reach out to our families, especially Ben. He needs to see the light, feel the community's embrace. Taking a collective breath, the gathered souls held hands once more. But this time, their energy thrummed with an unmistakable promise. Tossing anxieties aside, a shared determination flared to support one another, armed with faith and purpose. The evening glowed with the promise of something magical. They lit the candle flames, uniting in one final prayer. Each soul tethered together in purpose, binding their resolve to bring God's light to the world, their ultimate calling taking flight into the waiting night. As Eleanor gazed at her newfound friends, determination welled inside her. They were dismissing doubts and igniting hope. It was unfolding just as it was meant to. What awaited them as they pursued this calling? In faith, she knew there would be challenges ahead, but with each step, they would illuminate the darkness and herald the dawn of new miracles. And now is your moment to act. Subscribe immediately to our channel so you won't miss powerful faith-filled stories that can change lives. Leave a like now to feed the algorithm and help spread hope like wildfire. Comment below with your reactions and testimonies about this miraculous ending. Share this video instantly with at least 5 friends who need the light of divine truth. Don't wait even one more second. Only true servants of God understand how crucial it is to stand together in faith and support God's work.